So is that going to be a problem, Terry Bales Nichols? No? Okay, good.
I'm good.
All right.
I just didn't know how long. Because I'm on a different time zone. I still have to coach.
No, I know. I have another call at 9, so I need this to be done by 9. I think we'll be good. Everybody wants to go to bed. It's been a beautiful, exhausting weekend, so I know we all want to move on. So thank you guys for coming on. Congratulations again for making it through to our call number 3. I know I've been talking to a bunch of you that people have been very busy. There's been some craft fairs going on or vendor events this week, and some reaching out to possible recruit. We've had some recruiting going on, some bookings, some sales. So I know that it's been exciting for those of you that I've talked to. So why don't we do this? Because I love to start. If we could share about something good that happened this week. So I'm just going to go around and, unless somebody wants to raise their hand and go first. All right, so I'm calling out people. Megan Trundy, you're first. Megan, tell us something good that happened this week.
Let me see. I closed a party, and both my new girls, they have booked 4 parties already.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, I need to really get my butt in here.
Yes, that new consultants can do that. Having a team can definitely do that to you, is to get you going and motivated. So good. That's exciting that they're getting off to a great start.
Yeah, they're doing a couple virtual shows now, and they each have their own cooking show. One on Saturday, I'm going to her kickoff, and then one the following weekend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.
Awesome. How about you, Heather Wade?
Okay. So I had reached out to someone that I was trying to get to host, and she was very reluctant, and I just kept pursuing her over and over and over. And I finally convinced her to host for me. Yeah. And so she's going to host. Her party starts, a virtual party starts on the 24th.
Excellent.
And then also I was talking to Elaine, and she very encouragingly, instead of just telling me how, referred me back to the PC University to go through and kind of find it for myself. And so I did some reading and learned some different ways to work with my hosts and do some host coaching and stuff. And so I've learned some different stuff on my own that way, which was really cool. And I've just learned some different ways to work with my hosts and stuff. And so that was encouraging.
Good.
Pretty cool. And so through doing that, I've gotten a little bit further in a couple of parties that just weren't going very well, which was kind of discouraging. So learned some new stuff on the website and some just new different, I guess, tools and stuff that are out there for us that I didn't know about. So that was neat. Yeah.
Excellent. You've been busy this week then, Heather.
I've been busy. Yes.
Good job. I love it. Good. And that's funny when you do go and sometimes find that, have to do that searching and stuff. Sometimes, like you said, you end up not only getting some different ideas, but you learn a little bit more, I think, sometimes, where it's like when you write down stuff here, like you remember it, that you keep it. And so when you've got to go find it, but also, like you said, you found a whole new resource for you for future stuff. Good.
It's in your head a little bit more when you read it versus having someone just tell it to you. So and I know where it was, so I can go back and find it again.
Yeah, excellent. Good. Thanks, Heather. All right, Katrina, what happened good for you this week?
I just booked another party for the end of this month today.
Oh, really? So what are you up to for May then?
5.
Wow. And that was, what did we start May with?
2.
Yay! Good go. That's awesome. Good for you.
And I got one who said she'll host one in June, but I got to get her to respond back on a date when whether she wants virtual or cooking. She's just horrible with responses normally. So
yeah. Good.
So I'm working on that one to build up June more now.
Good. Good, good. That's exactly what you need to be doing. That's, and that's where, remember we talked about that airplane. Didn't we talk about the airplane at the beginning?
Yes, we
Taking
did.
off and, getting that momentum and stuff. This is all part of that. So
Mhm.
good. Excellent, Katrina.
Thanks.
I see somebody playing with your hair.
Oh yeah, that's my little one. It's
Yeah.
bedtime routine.
I know. I love it. Good. All right. How about you, Jen?
Someone I went to high school with, so that was a while ago, reached out to me to see if I was interested in doing a fundraiser. So she actually asked me for information for me to send to her.
Yeah.
She's living in New Jersey, so she said there's like 100 kids in the school. So I got to touch base with her to see exactly how she wants to possibly set it up, and send her the information. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. Just as a little something, I was thinking about that because we can talk more about that when you've got that big of a group. But instead of, a lot of times with schools, what we do is send a packet. So each kid gets a catalog and order forms and all that kind of information. And, we usually put a sticker on the envelope with information. But one of the things I know that some people have done is used the mini catalog instead.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, they're much
I
less.
thought about sending a few big ones and then some of the mini ones.
Yeah, like if she thought that they wanted to send something home with each of the kids, just send a mini catalog with your information on the back, but put a sticker on it that says, for the full catalog, go to, and have a link on there.
Right.
Because it would save money, but it also, I always say I use those mini catalogs, and like we talked about last week, handing them out, you sort of use them like your business card. So, hey, if you send 100 of those out to New Jersey and people have them in their hands, that's not a bad thing. So,
Something I also do with, can you guys hear me? I'm in my car.
yes, Ashley, we can see you driving.
I made it. I just did
Yay!
an amazing wedding photo shoot. It was phenomenal, but
Oh,
I'm
good.
exhausted. I've worked 16 hours today. So, but something I do with fundraisers is that I send them the catalogs, but where you have so many kids, you could create a flyer that says, hey, we have this virtual fundraiser party going on. Join us on Facebook and, you do basically your virtual party on Facebook. That way you have more people getting into it. And then I'm asking them to add their friends into the group too. So you're even widening the groups that you're raising funds for.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I can add you to one of my fundraiser groups, but honestly, I just run it just like a regular virtual party. I just send along flyers instead and ask them to hand out flyers, and then if they need a catalog, I'm more than happy to send them one, but most of them are happy just shopping online through the link.
Yeah, I have something drawn up for it actually. So
Good.
like a flyer and pretend order form, since we don't technically send those anyway. Not pretend, but you know what I mean.
Right. Right. Good. That's exciting. That's going to open up a whole nother world for you. So that's exciting. Good. All right, Zuffaletto. I'm just going to call you Zuffaletto instead of Kristen because I think I like Zuffaletto. So is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Who else calls you Zuffaletto?
My
Does
sister.
Does anybody else call you Zuffaletto?
No, I have. Well,
Stephanie
they have a lot
does.
of nicknames from my last name, but not necessarily. But yeah, it's more people call me by my last name than my first name.
You do. All right. I just like to say it. I just call you Kristen Zuffaletto. So tell us, you've been traveling a lot, but tell us what good stuff's been happening with you.
There's been more stuff happening with the 3 girls on my team than necessarily with me. I know I just had one team member close a party for over 1,000, so obviously that helps me out a little bit. I'm glad to see her doing well. I did book a fundraiser for June.
Good.
May has been a little rough, but as long as my team's doing good, I'm okay with that for now.
Yeah. Good. And we're moving forward. We were just talking about that. You've got your 3, so we're working to build with those last 2 to get you promoted too. So
yeah, I have the girl that's hosting right now. I'm just trying to get her party to do a little bit better so that it looks a little more enticing for her.
yeah, good. All right. Awesome. Good, Kristen Zuffaletto. All right, Teresa Meringue, what's going on with you? Good.
It's still going a little bit slow. I'm still reaching out to people. However, I did get, after the last, meeting with the barbecue baskets, I got some of those sold, which is good. And, I sold an ice bucket. So, that was kind of encouraging. That the basket thing was a great idea. So
Yeah,
that
you
was,
got those orders in already, right?
yes, because I went back. I had gotten, another girl wanted 2 more, and I went on, and they were all sold out.
Yeah.
But I'm still plugging along. A lot of the people, my contacts that want parties, they just have a lot of major events right now. So I've kind of got to touch base with them. There's been some deaths, some pregnancies and stuff. So, but I'm plugging along still. So
Good.
hopefully it'll pick up a little bit.
You know what? It's the plugging along that, again, that's building your momentum. The more and more you plug along, and the faster you plug along, or the more you do while you're plugging along, will make it happen sooner. But just plugging along and not throwing in the towel, you know, and sort of starting and stop it, you know, that's the kind of stuff that can really lag on your business.
Right, and I'm getting my hair done this week on Friday, and I'm bringing in the little booklets to the hairdresser. So I'm hoping that will help branch out to other people.
Great
And,
idea.
Yeah, so.
Good. Great idea. Thanks, Teresa. All right, how about you, Stephanie?
Hey there.
Hi.
So, has been really good for me. I think it's probably been like my highlight week so far. One of them was the biggest selling party that I've had so far. Wasn't that big, but it was bigger than all my other ones, so it was kind of exciting. To make my 30-day.
That's
and
right.
Got my Girl Stone. Super exciting. Literally no one came, but at least they made some of the connections. So
good. We went out a little bit. Nobody came to what?
that vendor fair that I did today.
Oh, nobody showed up?
People that came all day. It was awful.
Oh. Did you have to pay for that? Oh.
Yeah, it was $30 for a table.
Oh. Where was it again?
At the Brunswick Hotel and Tavern.
And they just didn't market it?
It was like
well?
right off of Main Street, Brunswick, which is.
Yeah, huh. I wonder if it's because it was such a nice day, or. Oh, I think we lost Stephanie. I know she's had. Oh, there you are, Steph.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi kicked off.
Oh, that's okay. And then you have don't we have some recruit leads?
Yes, I haven't heard back from her. Unfortunately, she doesn't have Messenger, so I can't see if she's actually read it or not.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. It was a beautiful day today. So sometime, maybe after the call is a good time because people will be sitting down finally and relaxing, I think. So.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. She's got a young one, so she probably spent all weekend out in the sun with him.
Yeah, good. No, you did have a good week. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Steph.
Of course.
All right, Amy Hartman, are you there? Hello? Oh, you're on mute. Oh, wait. Okay, where'd you go? Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, good. There you are. So what happened with you this week?
Well, I need to follow up with my 2 recruit leads that I sent to the thing on Tuesday night, and I had a party today. The attendance wasn't really high, but hopefully it'll close out really well. I've already earned the first level of the earning for the summer.
Yay!
And yeah, I'm just keep on trucking away.
Good. That's exciting. Good job.
Yeah, and Terry and I were kind of working on this week, getting a little bit more organized for summer. So, and
I
time
know.
management.
Yes, thankfully she was sharing some of those ideas with me. She said, I've been talking to Amy about this. And I was like, all right, tell me, because I'm going to take notes on this. So,
Yeah,
I can
we've been
feel-
working on time management.
Yeah,
With me, with my 3 kids, I definitely need some more time management.
yeah. Good. Good. I'm glad. That's awesome. All right, thank you. Okay, and Jason, you're not getting out of this just because you snuck on at the end.
Hey, sorry.
That's-
Their business.
Yeah, that's okay. So what good happened with you this week?
Not a whole lot. The only thing is I got asked to vendor show in October.
Oh, okay. So that means you're getting your name out there.
Yep, so I'm going to do that. But other than that, it's been actually kind of slow this month, but I also have a lot going on. So it's kind of been a bad month for me to, you know.
Right. And that's all, we talk about that time management and stuff like that too. It's not, you already own your own business, so you know how to manage your time and stuff, but it's the kind of thing is how this sort of fits in with everything else going on too. So
Yeah, it just kind of, I went away for my other business for a conference, and it really threw things off.
Oh, yeah. And then sometimes it's hard just trying to get back into the swing of things too.
Exactly.
So,
What I'm trying to do, and
yeah.
everybody's on vacation, so I got to fill in the office, and it's,
Yeah.
But
Good.
anyway, I mean, I my minimum per se, but I need to try to get at least 1 or 2 virtual parties going.
Yeah. Well, we can talk too, because that was something that I think I was talking to Elaine about it earlier this week, that I know, because when you talked about it last week, you had some potential stuff there. So maybe we can talk a little bit more about later about how to get those sort of nailed down. You know what I mean? So we'll talk more.
All right.
You're on my list.
I'm on your list. Is that a good or a bad thing?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how you feel about that. All right, good. Awesome. All right. Okay, guys, I'm glad to hear, that again, it's the same kind of thing, like that constant prod, what you do today affects your business in 60 to 90 days. So if you don't do anything today for your business, in 60 to 90 days, I promise we can look at your business and you'll say, I don't have any bookings, this is happening, and we can look at it and know what happened. We can go back to 60 to 90 days and see what's happened, what happened then. So for those of you that have been around for a while, can definitely vouch for that. So today what we're going to do, last week we talked about, did anyone give out their 10 mini catalogs and get some? Nobody talked about that. Remember, that was our assignment. Amy Hardman, you did, and you got your little things. Mm-hmm. You did too, Stephanie? Good. And so you got some contacts from that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you guys get like a star. Good. Did you contact those contacts, those leads?
I've been in.
Not yet? No. Stephanie, not yet?
Yeah, some of them. I've got one that's going to be doing a housewarming party coming up, and a wedding registry / in-home party.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. So but did anybody else give any of them away, or you just didn't do it?
I'm doing mine this Friday when I get my hair done. So, because she lives in Gardner, so I plan on doing it this week.
Okay. But so you can give, but you can't, I think you need to, but you can't give her all 10 of them, Teresa.
Oh, gotcha. I'm going to give her book some. Right. I know what you're saying, to pass them out. Yes.
Yeah, to pass them out and get some leads. Remember that, to say I make this part of my job to give out 10 of these a week, and, to get the information back, and I do an out and about drawing, and to be able to get those back. That's how, again, we're going to make that. This is how I hear all the time, and the other directors on here can vouch for this too. We hear all the time of consultants that say, I can't get out of my circle. I can't get out of my circle. This is how you get out of your circle. And it's not easy. It's not part of our comfort zone regularly. I know that. But remember, we talked about that from the beginning, that's what, we're going to challenge you on this, but that's how you have and continue to have a live and breathing lead list, of contacts. You want to have that, but it's just to constantly be putting new people on there. So if you've gotten a little slip back with some information on it, they're a new lead. They've given you their number and their information. They've given you permission to contact them. So good. So why don't we make that, and even Steph and Amy, those of you that did it this week,
1 minute.
Let's make sure that we do it for next week as well. Okay, so next week everybody's gonna do it, right? Everybody doing it this week? Giving out 10 and getting the little slips? And then Amy and Steph, you're just gonna get even more then. Okay, so now this week, what we're gonna do, and for training tonight, we've got Terry Bales-Nichols here, our friend director from over in Illinois. She's going to do our training tonight on, so now you guys are working really hard to get these bookings. What do we do and how do we get bookings from them? That's going to be the best thing. Once you get these shows, you guys don't want to be going out and contacting people constantly. Wouldn't it be nice if you scheduled your month and then you got enough bookings from those shows that you didn't have to go out and solicit more? I mean, that's the ultimate goal here. I mean, once in a while we'll get on the phone, but I know I don't very rarely go out and solicit bookings. I get bookings from my parties. So that's really the next step here. Now, Terry's focused mostly on cooking shows, but a lot of it can be translated. Ashley, I know, is in the car, so I don't know if she'll come back on. She was going to do a little thing on how to get bookings from your virtual parties. But we'll see if Ashley jumps back on, or we can put some information on that too. So, okay, so Terry, you want to go ahead? I'm going to tell Amy, I want to come in right over there and just cuddle and eat that little baby, but can you just keep yourself on mute? I love you. Thank you. I want to come over there, but he's adorable, and oh, now we can't even see you. Are you still there, Amy? I didn't want her to go away totally. Oh, there she is. Okay. We can hear him, and I think it makes whoever's talking cut out with his.
Oh, I thought I was on mute, so.
No, that's all right. I know you probably did. Okay. All right, Terry, go ahead.
Okay, so I agree 1,000% with Anna. We don't want to always be out feeling like we're beating the pavement or constantly on the phone to get the bookings to build our calendar. And I use the plane analogy all the time. People, you guys want your business at that cruising altitude, and that's when we're doing, our 2 shows every week, 8 to 10 shows a month, how many ever, whatever your business is. But, obviously the goal is always at least 8 to a week. And when we get consistent at that, we're getting those bookings from the parties. And that's one thing that I feel that I'm pretty successful at doing, is getting my bookings dated at the party before I leave. And I think that's key for that. So just to give you guys some insight, if you, and I have my screen scooted over here, and people have moved around. Somebody was saying, oh, it was Heather Wade. You said that you were glad to know where the resources were so you could go find them for yourself at some, for some time. So the information that I'm going to be referring to is under the Director Bound program, and it is on the side where it says call number 2, booking at your parties, the party outline card. So don't worry about feverishly taking notes. If you need to, this is all printable for you. Once again, it's under training and resources under the Director Bound program, call to booking at your parties. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is your group hello. And I think really this is something, just to give you a little bit about me, my whole goal when I go into a show is I want everybody to be my friend. And I think that is one of the things that I do that help people start to build that relationship and that bond from the very beginning. Because at the end of the night, like my show yesterday, I hugged my host, I hugged her boyfriend. I've done a party for her before, but not him. Like I'm always friendly and huggy, and like I want everybody to be my friend at the end. And people are more apt to want to book shows with you because this is a relationship business. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the group hello first. And kind of telling your story. And once again, this is all in the party outline card. So if you are someone like me who maybe you don't memorize things well, I need to hear things a lot of times. I need to read things a lot of times. And I need things to be told to me a lot of times. So the good news is, guess what? You guys, these actually have perforations, like dots. You could cut them. You could laminate them. You could take them to your shows. Do not be afraid to use these as a resource card until you've got your story or your introduction to where you want it. So before I even start the party, part of how I introduce myself to people as they're coming in, I do name tags with everybody because I cannot remember names. I had to go to Heather's picture to check out what her name was to remember who we were talking about earlier. But I introduce myself individually to each person, and I personally hand them a catalog. I get them signed in. I use my phone for the app. I have them sign in. I chat with them. I build a relationship with them. I think that's a key thing for booking shows at the party and building that relationship. So the introduction that Pampered Chef gives us, it's just as simple. And just so you guys know, I'm going to read it because it's not exactly my introduction, but I'm going to read it how they have it. It says, "Welcome. Let's get this party started. If I missed talking to anyone as you came in, I'm Terry Bales Nichols, and I'm your Pampered Chef consultant. Before we start cooking, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. As you may be wondering, excuse me, what got me started with the Pampered Chef? I joined because da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's for Anna, because that's Anna's da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so then you want to thank your guest. You want to thank your host. I want to thank Anna for opening her home up to my business and especially for giving me this chance to meet all of you. Now, if that sounds a little bit formal, which it is a little bit for me because I'm really a fly by the seat of my pants kind of woo kind of person. That's why I had to read over here. Make it personal to you. Maybe, you guys, maybe you have a saying, I say pee your pants excited a lot. And I might even say that at a show. Hey, we're going to have pee your pants exciting time. Whatever you guys, but make it personal to you because that's why people are going to want to book with you because of you and your personality. And I have a little side note over here so that I don't forget to tell you. I ask people a lot, why did you book a show with me? What did you like so much about me? And the three common words I hear from across the board is they like my attitude, my confidence, and my enthusiasm. So when you take those three things and you make them be yourself, your confidence level, you might not feel that it's there. Fake it till you make it, but befriend people, and that's why they're going to want to book with you. So you want to tell people a little bit about yourself. Like I said, be relatable and get to know them. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is planting booking seeds. And I feel like, now I've been in the business just a couple months longer than Anna, so we've been around for 16 years. And I feel like we used to talk a lot about booking seeds back in the day. And, those little subtle hints that we want to talk about, they aren't really so subtle sometimes, about booking and recruiting. You guys, if you're ever on a call with me and I hear you use the word if, I'm going to correct you, not to be rude, but say when. So, Elaine, when you book your show, or I would say, oh, Katrina, that's so great. I'm so excited. I'm going to bring that to your party. Or I would say, Jen, oh my God, I'm so glad you love chocolate. That we're going to have such an amazing chocolate dessert at your party. Like assumptive language is another thing that I don't think we talk a lot about, but it is something that has definitely changed my business. And then people laugh because like I say, oh, Jen, at your party, and then I just keep going. And like I don't even slow down. It's like a freight train. And then they all giggle. They're like, that was funny. When they're laughing, they're loving you. So that's another kind of way to drop a seed, when you're talking about booking and whatnot. Another tip to help you guys remind yourself to talk about bookings is, B for booking, R for recruiting, do a blue dot for bookings and a red dot for recruiting. So put some dots, some colored dots on products. And when you pick up a cup or whatever it is, and it's got a blue dot on there, you're going to remember to talk about bookings. Because if it's not in the habit for you to be talking about bookings anywhere from 7 to 10 times a party subtly, you need to remind yourself, because that's one of the things. If we're not in the habit of doing stuff, it's really hard to, at the end of the show, you're like, oh, I should have talked about bookings. Well, remind yourself ahead of time to do that. The same thing with recruiting. Every time there's a product that definitely comes in your kit or something like that, you could talk about that in recruiting as that well. Okay, so we're going to move on. Does anyone have any questions about booking? Yes, Katrina.
What do you said you use your phone app to have them sign in? I have the app, but what do you do? Actually take their information there?
So, yep. So what I do is I open my app on my phone. And then literally this is what I would do. I would say, hi, Katrina. I'm Terry. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'd save your name. I'd say, hi, I'm Terry. What's your name? And I get you a name tag. I go, hey, Katrina, could you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor and fill out your first name, your last name, your email, your put your best phone number in the cell phone field, and then the address you want your order shipped to. And then I hand them my phone, and then I let them fill that out. Because I'm not a fast typer, and at the end of the show, people are wanting to go. Now, if you're already a director, I believe all directors are now, they have access to the new pilot program. I haven't, I don't use it. I still am a little old school, wanting to do order forms and having them fill it out this way. I got to, but that's what I do. I have them just fill out on the phone right there. And I say, this is going to make it so much easier for checkout later. Thank you so much for doing this.
So when you check them out, do you do it right there too?
Yes. So so now I have a stack of order forms, and I tell them, you don't have to wait in line. Put your order forms, stack them up. I pull from the bottom. And so now I've already had your information in. So I pull out your order form, and I'm typing in the item numbers. And then I say, Katrina, you're up. And then I call them in. I don't get up. I mean, I'm not even joking. I don't get out of my chair. And then, so then they come in, and then I go over their order right here on the phone. So I just want to say, okay, so these are the things you're getting. And then you can, that's where you can cross-sell, or your opportunity to talk about bookings and recruiting, because they're physically looking at this. So
I still paper. I still use paper.
Oh, I still use paper too. This is how you're giving me your order.
Right. And that's what I take home, and then I do it at home.
Oh, no. No, do it. I do it here. Try it a couple times. I feel like it creates less work later. And then also when you're giving them their total and they're physically looking at something, it's reminding you of asking them. So maybe they ordered, the Rock Rock, okay? And that they didn't order the base. You can talk to them about that. Or maybe they ordered the single burner grill pan, and you can say, oh my gosh, Katrina, this would be, excuse me, the new kit comes with but that's kind of like booking and recruiting, and how to do with checkout. So hopefully that helps. And we can expand on that a little bit more later.
Does it add extra time to the party? Does it take you longer?
I feel like it might take a few minutes longer, but I feel like I'm getting a true full service checkout, because if I don't do it on the phone, I fail to ask about bookings and recruiting, because I do it all right there.
Okay.
So each person isn't just an order. You get one-on-one time with me.
Okay.
And that's part of, and that's part of that relationship building. So, okay. So the next part we're going to talk about, it talks about building, weaving in messages into the simple selling and the group selling. I'm so sorry, guys. I have a cough. When you guys are talking about the grill pan and different things, that's another way to get these bookings. When you're talking about a higher priced item, remember, go back and say, so Teresa, when you book your show, we can do, instead of like if somebody goes, oh, I don't like chicken and, I'd rather have beef, say, great, when we do your show, you can, encourage people for that. Or, something else you can do to help with bookings is take your higher priced power tools. So we call a power tool on our team anything over $50. But pass around that grill pan and say, so, Steph, what would your family be cooking on this? Give me some ideas of things that you would see. Pass it around and let them take ownership of it and let them start visualizing what they're using this item for in their own home. Because when they say, oh my gosh, I could totally see, having all the grilled cheeses done at one time and I get to eat with them as a time saver, they think, oh my gosh, I've got to have this grill pan, or I've got to have this rock crack. Are you kidding me? I can do tacos in 10 minutes and my kids aren't, hanging off my legs. I mean, when you paint those pictures and pass those products around and they get them in their hands, that's what the thing. I'm like, I've got to have that rock crack. I sell them full price all day long, but obviously it's a booking tool. Heather, did you have a question? Oh, it's okay. There you go.
Sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I was talking to my son because my 3-year-old disappeared. So.
Oh no, you're good. I just saw hands going. So.
No, I was panicking. I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, you didn't panic, so good. Okay.
No, he was back, but I'm so sorry. My bad.
No, you're good. So we kind of jumped a little bit, talking about, the end of the show and checking out. But you guys, we want to talk about the close. So we've talked about how you greet and meet your guests at the beginning. We've talked about, your booking and recruiting seeds throughout the party and, assumptive language. You guys, here's the deal. We don't know who wants to have a show. We don't know who wants to join our team. So we should just assume that everybody does. And if they don't, we need to think in our own mind that they might be just a little bit crazy not to. Because why not? I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, my average host gets about $200 in free product. So why wouldn't they want to have a show? Think about how much money we make on an average month. Why wouldn't they want to sell Pampered Chef? So with that, you have this, you remember the attitude, confidence, and enthusiasm. Now we're going to talk about the confident close. I'm a firm believer. If you guys do not take anything from me, ask for what you want. Because if you don't ask for it, most people aren't just going to come up and be like, hey, that doesn't always happen. I'm a person who likes to be invited. I don't always like inviting myself into things. I don't always like, saying, hey, can I have a party? I want to be asked. I want them to say, gosh, she would be fun. Compliments go a long way too. So we're going to talk about the confident close. And I'm just going to read this little bit to you. It says, you were amazing tonight. All pampered chefs. If I say so myself, it smells great in here. Did you all have fun? Didn't Anna pick a great recipe? What did you all like about the products you used tonight? This outline card is based around, based around station style. So you're going to, if you don't do station style, you will have to, change that up. But my question to everybody is, oh my God, didn't you guys have fun tonight? What was the best part about it? So, when you're doing, like I said, and when you're doing your close, here's the one thing I will tell you guys, I do at every single party without fail. The food can get cold. It doesn't, but I will not do this next part. So the end of my show is, this is my confident close. I always say to them, okay, so does anyone have any questions about any products that you've either seen in the catalog that I've showed you or that you have at home? We want to be a full service consultant to them. We don't want them to just think they're just an order, just a sale for the night. So they ask all their questions. And then the next thing I do is I do tickets. I have 10 tickets, or if I don't have tickets, I have recipe cards, and then I have my name, like Anna said. The mini catalogs are a business card, or the recipe cards that you guys can order are another great way to do a business card because people don't throw recipes away. And I do the ask me questions about my business. So we do that, and then I always give a prize away. And you guys, honestly, the prize is just as simple as, I was going to grab them, but they're rubber band together. Season's Best Cookbook. Excuse me. And then at the end, after I've done the part about, yes, I'm scooting back, the part about the business opportunity, then I say, okay, guys, these are all the reasons why you guys want to host a show. I go, woo! And then they always fall out. So raise your hand if you guys have a booking slide and use it. Okay, I see one hand besides my own.
I have a slide, but I stopped using it. But I really need to use it again.
Okay, Amy is the only one having it and using. Okay, so you guys, I'm telling you, this is huge. I think this really here is a visual. Just you guys to give you a little background about this, there was a lady who, long time ago, prior to the Pampered Chef, printing up this beautiful laminated thing. We used to have to print out our own slides, if you will, on paper, put them in slicks, and tape them together. This is how we made our booking slides back in the day. This was back when we had to walk to school in the snow for 4 feet, right, Anna? But I mean, you whip this out, and and people are like, oh, and like you say you're going to throw it at someone. Hey, I would say, hey, Katrina, watch out. I'm going to throw this at you, but I'm not going to hit you. And then you go through. I am perfectly content with saying, because this is the newest one. I still use my old one, but then I would be like, okay, you guys, it's fun. It's easy. Didn't you guys have fun? Wasn't this easy? A host never pays full price. Who here likes a bargain besides me? Kind of interact with them about this, right? And then you're going to say, depending on where your show average is, I have close to $1,000 show average consistently. So I tell them, hey, my average host saves about, gets about $200 in free product. If that is not your show average, make your show average be a little bit higher than where you're at, but always at least use the 90 if you're not there, because the show average is at 600. So then you go over this, say, and then if you see somebody, pick on somebody, then you could say, so Amy, I know you had a lot of stuff on your list. So if you, interact with them that way, here's the greatest thing. You guys can get up to 5 items, half price. We don't care if it's a full set of cookware or if it's an orange peeler. This is for you. You can get anything you want. Like, give them like that whole idea. You got to paint that picture for them. So, and then you guys can go through the rest of the slides. There's not too many more. You talk about how they can save unlimited. And then I would say, Anna, if you wanted, you could buy 10 of everything in the catalog, and the reason why I specify that is because I want them to get that this is really real. And I think this is where, if you guys start using this, you're going to start, wow, I didn't realize all these benefits. That's what they're going to start seeing. They're going to see this stuff. You save 10% for an entire year. Jason, you're going to get 10% off because you've already had a show. You talk about the 60% off, whatever the bonus is for the month. Here's the big thing right here, guys. Party pick, future party pick. So this is when I get really specific. I'm going to say, so Anna, when Heather books her show, you're going to get, do you guys hear when I said when Heather books her show? When Heather books her show at her party, you're going to be able to get any item, even the most expensive thing, for half price. And then that's going to be the same at Elaine's party and Teresa's party and Jen's party. And then I go around and start naming a bunch of people. Because I want them to know that this isn't just if one person books. This is when everybody books. And this is a great time to say, you know what? This is one of my host's favorite things. In my average show, I get at least, 2 to 3 bookings at every party. Now, it does say here, but it's folded differently for me. So then I go, do you guys know what the best benefit of having a party is? I go, me! And then they always laugh, and then we move on down the road. But I really do think that when you guys be confident about that people are going to book their parties, and you do that booking slide, I would love for you guys till our next call, use it at your show. If, you don't have a show in your calendar between now and then, practice it in front of the mirror. Practice it in front of your dog. Dogs are great. They listen to everything. Just make it sound like food. They're the best audience. So you guys really, use that, and you're going to start to get the 2 shows at every show from your show. So you're not having to be out there always searching for the leads. So with that being said, you guys know why you want to get 2 shows or 2 parties at every party? So Katrina knows. Katrina's just muted. Do you know why, Katrina?
1 to replace the party you're having now, and 1 to have an extra.
Right. Future business. That's right. Because if, we're wanting to grow our business, if we only book the 1, that's just replacing it. So there is a little handout. I know we're getting close on time. There is a little handout that's called 2 bookings from every party, no matter what. Anna, do you want me to go over that, or would you like me to let them read it on their own?
I would love for you to post it, but I don't think I know exactly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. So, share screen. Did that share my screen? Oh, here, hang on a second, guys. All right, can you guys see this? 2 bookings from every party. So,
yeah.
So this is one of the resources that is in your Director Bound class that we've got going on here, or it's under the Director Bound class. It's 2 bookings from every party. So we'll just do the 1 month example. Let's just, you have 2 bookings from every party. Month 1, you have 6 parties date, 2 canceled, because we know that happens. 4 parties held, but you got 2 bookings at every party. You got 8 parties. So you start with 8, then you end with 12. You start with 12, you end with 20. Don't let 32 overwhelm you, but look at the opposite. If you only book 1, you start with 6, you end with 4. You start with 4, you end with 2. You start with 2, you end with 0. Oh, sorry guys, month 4, see you later. You're either, out of business, which that's not true, or you're having to be back where you guys are out there looking for those leads and, picking up that phone. I'm not saying it's scary, but I know we don't really all want to do it. So I'm telling you, the biggest thing is when you're at checkout, have your calendar out. And I work any day of the week. But let's say you only do parties on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So your line would be, so Jen, what day of the week works best for you? A Tuesday, a Thursday, or a Saturday? And then you shut up. And for me, that's hard. You guys know that. But you ask them that question, and then that's it. Those are their dates. I say, so what day of the week works best for you, Katrina? Because she's got 7 choices. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And then I go to my calendar, and then I put her where I want. And if they say, oh, well, I'm not really sure about my calendar. I need to check my calendar, because you hear that all the time. Or my kid has sports, da-da-da-da-da. You know what? Talk it out with them. I had a lady at a party one time said, I don't have any days available. And as soon as you say that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad you were able to make it tonight. And then the lady, she was going over her schedule, and she was like, she was telling me everything she does on every day. And she goes, well, every other Thursday, I get my nails done. I said, oh, wait a minute. So that means every other Thursday you're available. And she booked a show. So you guys, what they think is, I'm busy. I got kid stuff going on. I mean, that's how their brain's going. It's going nuts. So slow them down a little bit and talk out their week with them and put them on the calendar. I don't carry pencils. I carry pen. Not because their date's not changeable, but if they see it in pencil in their brain, it's like, oh, that's changeable. I write it in pen. I write it on their order form. This one isn't a booking one, but I normally circle it just like so. And then, the next day we follow up with a text. If you're a mailer, sorry, you can pop them a little note in the mail, follow up with them with their email for their show to be set up. Because, if they did get home and there was a conflict, you're going to know right away versus in a week when you thought that show was scheduled and then you started sending out their stuff, depending on how far out you're booking. But make sure before they leave, you get the date on the calendar. I'll be honest, my follow-up is not where I want it to be all the time. So if they don't book at the show, the chances of me actually reconnecting with them effectively to get that date on the calendar isn't, because we know we're all busy. So we have to have the reality of that. So does anyone have any questions? Yes.
What do you say to them when they say my calendar's full, or when I have to check my calendar, I mean?
Okay. So I dig in a little bit. One of the things that it's either a good thing or it can be an annoying thing, depending on the person that you ask in my family, is I ask a lot of questions. So, so tell me a little bit about your schedule, or, you just, as you've gotten to know them, excuse me, you have to find out, is it a kid thing? If it's a kid's schedule, a sports schedule that's not coming up, like I just said to a lady the other day, I called her about booking a show and she goes, oh my God, my May and my June is completely packed. She goes, the only day that I can't do a show in June is the 26th. And I thought, that's completely packed? Because if you would have just said, my schedule is completely busy, I don't know my schedule, I just kind of got in a little bit farther. So what day of the week do you think would work for you? I mean, I'd ask that question again, because they know if Mondays don't work, they know if Tuesdays don't work. I mean, they have an idea of what days do and what days don't work, but they may not know their exact schedule.
Okay.
All right. So I know it's 9:00, but we want to do our call to action though. The AKA the homework. So I really would love for you guys to, whatever method is best for you, if it's just reading it on your computer or printing it out, I really want you guys to get on and do the party outline cards, and go over them. If you're someone who can read it once and internalize it and regurgitate it, more power to you. If not, keep reading it, because this business for me is about repetition. My example is the first time you sang happy birthday, you didn't memorize it. You sang it over and over and over and over and over till you memorized it. And that's kind of what we have to do with, our hellos, our group hellos, our booking stuff, keep practicing and you'll get it down, and you'll get to be more the confident and smoother about it. So I want you guys to practice your lines for your group hello. When you're selling, when you're talking about booking and recruiting, and your confident close. And you want to do it with, someone else maybe on the team, or a friend or a family member, that's going to give you some honest response, not like me, like I'm like, hello, all the time at people. So, again, always observe a strong seller. It doesn't have to necessarily be your recruiter. It could be someone that's on the team that's just really, doing a great job, that's inspiring you, that's doing a great job on that as well. 15 contacts a week outside of your parties all the time. This is something that the more you do it, the better it's going to be. And you're not gonna feel like you're following up with the same people at the time.
You're welcome, beautiful.
And we don't really have a lot of time to do this, but we probably need to go over the power hour. Talking about that time management that I was talking with Amy and Anna about. Dividing up your business into 15-minute increments. But the power hour, just talking about booking and recruiting, is taking 1 hour and doing 30 minutes for booking and 30 minutes for recruiting. Whether that's daily or 3 or 4 times a week. But you guys, once you put that on your schedule, that's what you're doing, you'll get in that habit, and then it's a lot easier than to come in and go, what because you have all your stuff lined up and ready to go. Because when we're disorganized and we're looking for numbers and who do we call, we spend more time doing that than actually making the calls that we need to do for the follow-up. Okay, so
I'm sorry, Terry, excuse me. There must be some information that we could post a little bit more detailed about Power Hours.
Okay.
So maybe
I have the whole audio system from the Power Hour back from the old days. But I can highlight that and make that be one of the things that I give you guys some more information on.
Okay.
Power Hour, because I need Power Hours too, because we get distracted. Whether you're Jason super busy or whether you're Terry not really busy at all, you get the same result if we don't focus on what we need to do. And I'm not picking on you, but when I'm, because I have all the time in the world to get stuff done, but if I don't make a specific task to get it done, it doesn't happen. All right, and just so you guys know, I'm gonna post, or Anna and I will post what you guys need to do. But your audio training for this week is called Make It a Full Calendar, with Julie Gizzi, Julie Ritter, and Karen Pollock. And again, it's under the Training and Resources, Director Bound, and Consultant Resources, and we'll post that. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Make a decision and just do it. I think, and I have a word on my computer that says discipline. And I think that pretty much sums it up for a lot of us. If we want something bad enough, we have to be disciplined enough to make it happen. I was joking around about I need to not eat so much ice cream. Well, that's a discipline of not eating too much. So when I decide that I don't want my face to be this way, I'll stop eating as much junk, right? It's the same thing with our business. When we decide we want bookings on our calendar, or when we decide that we want to help our team be successful and, grow our teams, then that's what we focus on. I have a little button here I'm going to show you guys. So I have all these buttons on my workboard here, but it's backwards. But here's my button. It says no excuses. So this needs to be, something that we think about. What do we want? And then let's not make any excuses about it. Let's just do it. Because we can all make excuses, whether they're big or small, whether it's a hangnail or whether it's, something big. But you guys are all doing awesome, except for, hang on a second, we got Jen down here in a Penguins jersey. Boo, I'm just teasing. Hey, I'm just teasing. I'm a St. Louis fan. But you guys just get it done. You know what? And when you need that inspiration, or you feel like you've hit that wall of, not a lot's happening this week, call someone who is more excited than you and catch it. Because that's what we're all here for, a great support group. And I'm so excited to be a part of this. So thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Terry. If that's who anybody, if you need to catch something, something good, then get Terry something. You don't just need to catch anything from Terry. But yeah, so she's a good one that's always really excited. So good. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much. Thank you again, Terry, for giving us some good call to actions. Would you maybe post those as well? Put that, what those, because I love that, the Julie Gizzi, what was it again? Make
a full calendar.
Make a full calendar. That's what we all want. And that's really, again, we're in these first few weeks of this Business Builders. That's where we all need to be working, is filling our calendar. 8 shows a month, 8 shows a month, 8 shows a month. That's where we need to be. So that's where our focus needs to be. And like Heather was able to find some really great resources online. There's so much on there. Maybe that's what we could do too, is we could put that, make it a full calendar, but there's so many other ones. Maybe every day we post a new little audio for you guys to listen to, So, those are that's the best way for us to be able to do self-development, personal growth and stuff too. So,
and when you guys, we have a couple people on our team that are really good about finding YouTube videos of other people throughout the business that inspire them or that they've learned something. when you guys listen to or find a resource that we didn't give you, please post to the group. You know, because some people that's their thing, you know, and they find these great things and then they learn stuff and, you know, post it, because maybe I'm not looking for something that you found, and, you know, it's inspiring to me as well. So super jazzed. Thank you guys so much. I know we went over a little bit and I apologize. Hey, for me only going over by 8 minutes, that's like a bonus.
That's really pushing it. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. I've got to jump onto this other call, but thank you again, Terry. And let's all keep working this week. 8 shows. That's what we're working towards. So we're going to be finishing off the month strong. So remember, next week, our call is on Monday night. It's not on the Sunday night, because that's in the middle of Memorial Day weekend. So we're not doing that. We're going to do it on Monday night, Memorial Day, but it'll be, again, 8 o'clock. You'll be done all your partying, getting ready for work. So everybody will be safe. Okay? Good. And you have tons of people to hand out your little mini catalogs to next weekend that you'll see. So make sure everybody get rid of your 10 by this week.
Everyone come with your 10 door price slips ready to show us.
Yes. That'll be like a deck of cards. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great week.